Last month, Australians were shocked to learn of the case of baby Gammy, a boy born with Down syndrome to a Thai surrogate mother and left behind by his Australian parents. Now, a new case has emerged that once again exposes the dark side of the surrogacy industry. It involves an Australian man currently facing allegations of sexually abusing his two children, conceived with the help of another Thai surrogate and an egg donor. A 7:30 investigation has revealed the man is to face trial on charges of committing acts of indecency against the children, both aged under 10, and charges of possessing and disseminating dozens of images of child sexual abuse. Authorities are investigating whether to repatriate the children to their biological mother in Thailand. Southeast Asia correspondent Samantha Hawley has this exclusive report.
400 kilometres north of Bangkok sits Phetchabun province, where surrounding mountain ranges tower over the community below. It's here 7:30 finds SIRIWAN NITICHAD, a young Thai woman whose past is now sitting firmly in her present. It's a distressing case of surrogacy once again gone wrong. But it's only with the passage of time that this case is now being exposed, several years after the now 31-year-old surrogate mother and egg donor gave birth to twins for an Australian-based couple.
They said they were married. She said her husband wanted to have a baby so much. "Please help us," she said. "Please help us." She held my hand and said, "Please help us."
SIRIWAN NITICHAD, also known as On, agreed to use her own eggs. She was paid a total of 170,000 Thai baht for her services, about $5,500. There was mention, she says, of extra money because she'd provided the eggs while the sperm of the Australian-based man was used. But extra payment never eventuated. On gave birth to twins several years ago.
After the birth, the babies were not so strong, so I was worried. They were checked for many things. They had lung problems. I was very worried. I kept walking to them to check on them. When it was time that I had to give them up, I actually didn't want to because I was so worried. They were about 4 to 5 months old. They were so lovely. I wanted them to stay with me. I didn't want to let them go. If they asked if they could cancel their payment and we keep the babies, I would definitely have said yes.
The Australian-based couple took the twins back to their home. It was then a turn for the worse began. Court documents obtained by 7:30 reveal the father became unemployed. He allegedly had a violent temper and the marriage broke down. The children were having night tremors and had begun to wet the bed. Last year, the biological father of the children was arrested and charged with indecent dealings of a sexual nature against both of the children when they were under 10 years old. The offences are alleged to have taken place while his ex-wife was away and the children were in his care. The court documents reveal he's also been charged with possessing child abuse material found after a raid of his home. He denies the allegations that will come before the court later this year. On and her husband, KOSIN SUTHIVARAKORN, were told of the allegations on June the 3rd last year.
I felt terrible. I felt very bad. I don't know how to describe it. I knew only when they came to talk to us, they said they wanted to have a baby. They said they'd love them, that they'd take the best care for them. I felt so bad.
Surrogacy in Thailand, unregulated for so long, is now being exposed for all its flaws. After the case of Gammy, the baby boy with Down syndrome left behind by his Australian parents, the Thai military has been working to introduce new laws banning commercial surrogacy. Thousands of children have already been born under a system where, while some cases reveal best practice, others highlight a dark side that can only taint the entire sector. Do you think that these are isolated cases?
I doubt it. Because, you know, like if you are a pedophile and you think, like, how can I get access to a child reasonably easy and reasonably soon, surrogacy is definitely one of the interesting opportunities for you, especially if you have the money.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back in Australia, Reverend Bill Cruz has spent much of his life dedicated to helping those most in need. He's now on the board of Childline Thailand.
One of our workers found what was going on, and we've been following this for a few years, you see. And what you find is you're right at the forefront of legal situations, because nobody's considered this, so that you've A, got to get the Thai authorities involved, B, the Australian authorities, and then...
Bill Cruz despairs that surrogacy can overlook the needs of the child.
Exploitation of the poorest of the poor like this is wrong. Let's put some legislation around it to make sure that it's minimised and at least regulated, so that, you know, people who need a child can find a child, providing the situation is right, but the rights of that child and the rights of the surrogate mother and the rights of everybody are protected. And it's all done in the full glare of public awareness, so that there's nothing hidden and no dark deeds can go on.
The children in this case are still in the care of the ex-wife of the accused, but 730 understands Australian child welfare authorities are now working on plans for their longer-term care.
In this particular case, we've been contacted by the International Social Service representative from Australia to make an assessment for a possible placement of the children back to Thailand.
So back to the...
repatriation back to Thailand, yes.
And what was the thinking around that?
The thinking was that maybe a biological mother, that is also a surrogate mother, will be willing to take care of the children and will be able to. So we had to assess all aspects of the situation.
And it's quite complicated though, isn't it? Because it would be bringing the children into a Thai culture, which they haven't so far gone.
Yes, they don't even speak any word of Thai. They don't know that they are half Thai or have any kind of connection to Thailand. They consider themselves to be fully Australian.
On and her husband now have 2 children of their own, and they say they'd happily take the twins back.
When they contacted us, we hoped the children would come back and live with us. We still hope for that now. If they did not have anyone to take care of them, we are happy to do it.
We know that they are sad. We want them to know that we are sad as well about what happened. We will do anything we can to make them happy, to make them understand that we have love for them. We love them.
On has this warning for others contemplating surrogacy.
I want to tell women who want to be a surrogate mother they should think about it very carefully, about what might result, about the impact to the children. It might not be as nice as we thought.